sit down and do my hair. Let's have a candid moment with one another. Hold on first. Let me get myself together. And I'll be using that today. But I wanted to sit down and have this moment with you because I felt like it was important. So, what I want to talk about is I heard from the mouth of babes. I've been realizing lately how my daughter, probably for like the past year, who is 7, gives really great advice. She is a Libra. I'm pretty sure there's other stuff in her chart, but I'm not going to go through all of that with y'all. But she gives really great advice. And so, I don't know about y'all, but when I was younger, I was, like my daughter, very close with my mom and just very, very aware of a lot of things at an early age that I couldn't necessarily tell you how I knew that type of stuff. But my daughter gives really great advice. And she's like, why don't we just do this? And a lot of times I don't listen to her when I really should. And so, because she really does give great advice. Like on Saturday, we were going out to eat with a group of our extended family. And while we were waiting on them, it was like, should we just go home and change clothes and then go meet everybody at the restaurant? And at the last minute, we ended up doing that. But if we would have just did that from the jump, like, it would have just been better. But anyways, I wanted to say this, is that one thing I'm noticing within the collective, because I resonate with the collective, is that our kids have really been giving us instruction to follow, right? And it's basically like showing up in ways that our parents didn't do. So explaining to them why we're upset, explaining to them our triggers, explaining to them why, certain things are the way that they are. And some of you may do that. But my daughter asked me triggering questions. Like, for instance, the Sanrio characters. When I was younger, I had a friend who was really into Sanrio. And so she really liked Hello Kitty, but she would not allow me to like Hello Kitty because both of us couldn't like Hello Kitty. So only one of us could. So she would say, oh, you can like another character. So my daughter and her cousins, they're all really into Sanrio. So they're like, Kendra, what's your favorite character? Mom, what's your favorite character? And I tell them Karopi, because when I was younger, my friend would not allow me to like Hello Kitty. So I like Karopi. So my daughter asked me this morning, she goes, well, tell me why you like Karopi again. And so it was kind of triggering because I understood why she was asking me that, because I was feeling really triggered yesterday and not so much today. Today I've been able to process my triggers, but yesterday I was very emotionally triggered. And so I knew why she was asking me, and I had to explain it to her in a way that wasn't going to allow me to get frustrated, right? And so it was like, let me tell her, the reason why I like Karopi, because my friend at the time when I was 13 did not make me feel like it was okay for me to like Hello Kitty. And I told her that story before, but she just wanted to know again, And so I always tell her, like, it's okay for you to like what you like and do what you do. But another thing is that when it comes to getting ready in the morning, she want me to get ready when she get ready. And I'm like, girl, no, I'll get ready later, because a lot of times, and once I take her to school, then I can sit down and I can have my content moments, which is like now, me doing this with y'all. So I tell her, like, no, like, my schedule is not your schedule, but I can be up when you wake up, which a lot of time I am, just depending upon how and what I channeled the night before. The funny thing is, and she asked me today, this morning. She's like, "What did you want to be when you graduated from, or when you graduated high school? Like, well, what did you want to be?" And I was like, "I wanted to be a psychologist." And so, if you know anything about astrology and stuff, it does tend to take you down that aspect where you have to do shadow work and you have to look at yourself from a mentally healthy standpoint, right? And so a lot of people think about astrology and tarot, like, oh yeah, somebody's trying to tell you your future and you're being impatient, waiting on God's word and God's instruction. And it's like a lot of times, especially if you find the right tarot readers and just where you are in your journey and whatever your purpose is in life, that you'll find readers who really are trying to help you through your mental challenges and barriers. And so I watch a lot of different readers, just because sometimes one reader may not resonate with me because, we're always moving through different cycles or whatever. But then a lot of mental health content comes across my page, along with personality types, right? So, which is wonderful because I've dealt with a lot of different personality types in my life, and I have a really good scope of how people operate, right? Just from experience, right? Living in different states, dealing with different people, I have a really good knowledge of how people operate. So, anyways, um, yeah. Um, yeah, so, I was talking to my daughter. What was I saying? She's talking about high school and then mental health. Oh, and then I wanted to touch on this too. This video that I saw yesterday, and I'm gonna upload my video. So I'm gonna upload a lot of content today just because I need to. I've been sitting on stuff and I need to share it. But so yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah. So yesterday I was just really overwhelmed by a lot of tasks. Awesome. Video is saved. It shouldn't be a draft. I was like, that's weird. So I'm gonna upload this video to YouTube while I'm talking to y'all at the same time. So I have a lot of content to upload, so I got work to do, baby. I just don't like her character. I think I'm gonna actually add some stuff from Canva first, just to get like my little subscribe now, stuff. And I was thinking, should I just make a new YouTube account? But I was like, no, I'm not gonna do all that. This is a great video. It's just really great stuff. So anyway, hold on. So yesterday I watched a video where this lady was talking about how, oh my God, thank you. Where this lady was talking about how, okay. Where this lady was talking about how my hair looks like Goku. Shut up. Where this lady was talking about how when you're overwhelmed, it's hard for you to make decisions, logical decisions, or just any decision whatsoever because you're literally like your nervous system just doesn't know what to do. And so she kind of mentioned something about making logical decisions. And so just decisions that feel right for you, right? And so I was watching that video and I was just realizing like how I that just gave me an idea. I'm sorry, I just saw something that just gave me an idea. I just realized how what was I about to say? Dang it, I'm sorry, y'all. How overwhelmed, overstimulated we can be sometimes. Like, like you will literally, like your brain will shut down if you don't start, like if you can't make a decision, right? Especially if your nervous system is irregulated, right? It also speaks to um, like how it'll put you like in a freeze response to where you're not making any decisions at all just because you feel overwhelmed and can't make that connection to make that like, okay, what do I do? What's best for me, you know? And so I was realizing I was in a state like that for about 2 days just because I was not comfortable with something I had agreed to. Now we getting deep. So I realized I was uncomfortable with something I had agreed to, and even though I felt like it was going to be beneficial for me, I realized I was like, this is just way too much for me to take on. And I thought about, getting help with the project that I was going to do, but then I realized I'm like, you know what? Because, and it's not so much as a trust issue. I mean, it kind of is, but I'm the type of person like I want you to build a rapport with me before I just entrust something to you that it means a lot to me, right? And so if we're not building a rapport in that sense, like I can't just be giving you access to my stuff all willy nilly, right? Especially if you ain't trying to build no rapport with me, you know? And I don't care how far we go back. Like if you don't build good rapport with me, I can't give you access. To me, that's where I'm at in the stage that I am right now because again, all these things that we've been through spiritually, we've had to build up a a certain level of trust, and we've had to build up our boundaries to where we don't just willingly give things to people because I need rapport. I need to see what it does, right? Like I need to feel safe, right? It's all about feeling safe, you know? And so I made a decision, like I said, to start this project and to work on something that was very overwhelming just because I didn't feel safe with the decision, but I felt like it would be a good project for me to work on. And I wasn't really comfortable with it at the time, but I just wanted the growth. And that's what I was looking to get from the project. And so I learned that what I learned from that instance yesterday and what I'm learning from myself right now is like, do not commit yourself to things that have not made you feel safe. Like, I'm a big risk taker. I am. I love that about me, but at the same time, I also need spaces that make me feel safe, right? Um, and also to just, I like to be in control of things. I don't necessarily like to, I don't have a problem releasing control, but I do have an issue with if the rapport has not been built. You know what I mean? And so I like a nice slow burn, Build that rapport with me. Build that relationship, right? So that I can feel safe within giving you that space that is so much of me or that means so much to me. And so the difference between yesterday and today is that I can communicate how I feel versus yesterday. I didn't know. I didn't know how I felt. I just know I was very uncomfortable with with the risk that I had taken. And I think I kind of knew at the time that I wasn't ready to take it, but again, I'm a risk taker and so I did it. Um and it's not something I would recommend to somebody. I would definitely say make sure that you feel comfortable with that. You know what I mean? Like definitely make sure that you feel comfortable because it's you can always recuperate from risks, but it's harder to recuperate from something if you don't have that downtime to yourself to tell yourself, hey, this is what I like and I don't like. If you don't have the space to function, if you don't have the space to sit with your feelings and why things make you feel that way, it's harder to function. You know what I'm saying? And so, um, when you're overwhelmed, I hope you create spaces for yourself that allow you to sit with your feelings instead of doing other things to kind of ignore them, or you have a person that makes you feel good about sharing those things. Because even yesterday, like I was able to talk to a friend of mine, and I really like being able to talk to her because we always seem to just bounce off of each other in such a positive, reflective way to where it's like we both feel seen. You know what I mean? Like we both feel seen with what we're saying, and it's just a comfortable space. And then, like, we always end up manifesting really well with one another. Like, we'll both tell each other, like, what we want to do, what we want to accomplish. And then we both tell each other, like, what we want to do, what we want to accomplish. And it gets done. Like, we end up doing it. And that's how I know that's a safe space, because you can't tell everybody your goals and what you're trying to accomplish. And with her, I can tell her stuff, and it just feels like it gets done. It ends up happening, you know? So I really like that. But I also understood that, like, that could be an ADHD thing too, if you're the type of person who's always thinking, always trying to multitask, and you find yourself being overwhelmed or experiencing burnout. You have to, for your mental health, for the sake of your mental health, you have to find a safe space to be able to acknowledge what is making you feel that way and how to resolve it, right? You have to, because you cannot function. Like, nobody can function. I wanted this to be tighter. I'm trying not to put no water on my head so that it just, but I think I might have to. But you have to find, like, again, an outlet, a person to talk to, a confidant, something. You know, even if it's just a moment alone where you can talk to yourself and just be like, hey, this is what I'm going through, right? And it's okay. It's okay to not have everything figured out when you're taking big leaps and when you're making changes. But the best thing that you can do for yourself is to allow yourself time to regulate your emotions. Because if you're feeling forced or pushed or urged to do something that you're just not ready for, you will shut down. And then you won't be able to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't feel comfortable. Or if you don't realize this is what you're experiencing, you'll have somebody kind of coercing you into doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, again, there's that aspect of it too, where you're just like, okay, you know, I don't want to be forced into doing something, coerced into doing something. I want to feel comfortable about the choices that I'm making without feeling like, you know, someone's forcing me to make this decision, you know? And just learning how to self regulate. Like, I feel like it's important in this day and age right now, um, in the world that we live in, to learn how to self regulate. I should have led the video with that. It is so important to learn how to self regulate, because if you do not know how to self regulate when you're overstimulated, it will be easy to fall into the trap of constantly scrolling on social media, um, asking people who don't mean you no good for advice. What else? Um, Being, you know, getting an overconsumption of anything, whether that's food, alcohol, drugs. Like, it will just take you down a path that you ain't even trying to go there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even trying to go there, but you're there because you're trying to regulate yourself, you know, and because you're overstimulated, which essentially is going to make you feel even more overstimulated. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to find healthy ways to cope with whatever you're going through. It's super important. So, yeah. Ooh, yeah, straight. I was hoping it would. hopefully it don't rain today. Or my hair doesn't feel the humidity. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I just wanted to share with you guys a few different things that I'm learning, some challenges that I'm overcoming. Um, and again, I have a lot of content that I'm gonna upload so that we can just talk about these challenges and how to deal with them in positive ways. Sometimes you don't want to just sit down and meditate. Sometimes you just need to think. Sometimes you just need to think. And meditation is a form of thinking. It's just being in a quiet place and you don't always have to close your eyes, but sometimes you do. And don't forget to pray, because sometimes you just need to be like asking your angels, your guides, and source for like, help me. Help me. Convict me. Guide me. Lead me. You know what I'm saying? Because we are facing a lot of spiritual warfare. So you gotta know. You gotta talk to your people, your Ori, your Orisha. You know what I'm saying? Be in tune with your higher self. You know what I'm saying? Can you not be in tune with your higher self so that you don't feel lost? Because it's easy to get lost. It is. It's easy to get lost. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope this video finds those who need it, and Godspeed to you on your journey, on your wellness journey, your mental health journey, all that good stuff. Okay? This turned out good. This turned out exactly how I knew it would. It just had to take some time. It turns out exactly how you wanted to. It just takes some time. You know? So anyways, that's all I have for you guys. Love and light. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and all that great stuff. Let's run this channel up. Let's get me to 3,000 subscribers, guys. Like, I'm overdue. Like, let's get us to 15,000 subscribers and build our community, okay? Let's build our community, guys, okay? I love you guys so much. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Once we get to like 3,000, I'm gonna do some type of giveaway. Maybe I'll do like a $100 giveaway or something like that. Yeah, like $100 giveaway. I think that's dope. So anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Run the numbers up, share it, like it, subscribe it, flip it, all of that stuff. I love you guys to life. Peace and blessings to you.